Hi, I'm Colleen Miller, and today I'm going to show you how to create decadently rich chocolate caramel turtle truffles that's sure to satisfy the sweet tooth in anyone you know. To get started, we're going to begin by taking our raw cocoa butter and placing it in the double boiler. We're going to melt this on a low setting until it's completely melted. And while that's happening, we're going to arrange our pecan clusters in clusters of 3. So when we get all of these clusters lined up here, we're going to begin our caramel sauce for the clusters. So our caramel sauce consists of 8 pitted dates. So take the dates out, the pits out, and place them in our food processor. Then we're going to have a half a cup of cashews that have been soaked for about a half an hour in water. Then we're going to add about a tablespoon of lucuma powder, a tablespoon of organic raw almond butter, and a half a cup of water. You can also use almond milk, coconut water, Brazil nut milk, whatever kind of milk you want, but sometimes I'll just use water, and that's fine too, because that's just going to give it a little bit of a saucy type for a caramel. And pinch of salt. Last but not least, we're going to use the vanilla bean, and we're going to scrape this. We're going to scrape this off. And I like to use a whole vanilla bean in here. I like a lot of vanilla. I think it gives it a really nice flavor. You can never have enough vanilla. Okay, so as soon as our caramel mixture has been processed, we use a little mini scooper and scoop it out on top of your pecan clusters onto your little happy little turtles. And they don't have to be perfect. You know, they're all different, they're all unique, they all have their own personality. So just scoop out the caramel, nice and soft, on your clusters. And now we can get started on our chocolate sauce. To begin making our chocolate sauce, we're going to take 3/4 cups of raw cocoa powder. And I like to use a mason jar for mixing this sauce because it tends to avoid spills, like a more shallow bowl would do. And so you're going to pour that in there. And then we have 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Love maple syrup as my sweetener. I use it for almost every time a sweetener is called for something, I use maple syrup. And then we're going to scrape off a little bit more of the vanilla bean from what was left before. And pinch of salt. And we're going to mix that up. And once we get this stirred up together, we're going to add our raw cocoa butter, which has been melted. And it's a half a cup. We're going to pour this in to the jar. I like to mix it in here instead of the Vitamix. Sometimes use a knife. Because in the Vitamix it could solidify. You just want to make sure, because if you leave it out and the temperature gets too low, it's going to turn hard. Once we have our mixture smooth, we're going to begin covering our turtles with the chocolate sauce. And you just want to take a spoon and just let it drape over the turtle real nice. I like to let the caramel show because I think it looks pretty cute. But you can kind of use your own judgment and figure out how much you want to cover the turtle. So once you get them all covered, you're going to set them in the fridge for about an hour, or as long as you can wait. After an hour, they've set and they're ready to eat. You can serve them on a plate, or give them to your Valentine's sweetie for a special treat. Now, go to hotrawchef.com and vote for me, Colleen Miller, for your People's Choice Award. Don't forget, go to hotrawchef.com to vote for me, Colleen Miller.